Okay, let's talk about fonts and everything that's available to you. So we're going to look at all the different fonts that Adobe provides to you. Photoshop is one of the programs it uses it for, but you can use it in all the Adobe programs, like Premiere or Illustrator as well. So what I want you to do is look up at the top of your desktop here and you'll see Creative Cloud. I want you to select it, okay? Then if you look over here, you'll see a bunch of different apps that you can look at and play with. But what I really want you to look at the upper right-hand corner, there are the fonts. Let's click it. Okay, so here you can see these are all the fonts that I have added to my computer. And what's really cool is there's also this button that says Browse More Font. So I'm going to click it. And I open it up on my other screen, so I'm going to bring it over here. And you can see I literally have thousands of fonts at my disposal. And I can come over here and I can filter them down depending on what I'm wanting. I especially like the tags. We're going to be working on Frankenstein, so you may want to look at these horror fonts to see if there's one that may work with what we're going to do. So you can scroll down and these are all the fonts that they have tagged that they may be a little scary. They may be good for like a horror movie or something like that. So if you see something that's good, let's do this one. It's called Tyrannum Furum. I don't know what it means. And I can also put up here, let me see, you can put sample text. So I'm going to write my name. And you can see how it plays out. Here's the font that I want to do. All I have to do is hit Add Family. And it says fonts available in your Adobe apps. Manage them in your Creative Cloud. So the Creative Cloud was what I opened at the beginning. And it says Enable. Great. Glad we're doing this. You know why it can't launch it? Because it's already there. Okay, so let's go to Photoshop now and let's see your project. Okay, so let's look at this. So before you just had one artboard, and in this one you're looking at 3 artboards. Okay, this first one is Miss Brown's sample. If we look over to the right, you can see that you can see the artboards and you can see the layers that are underneath them. I have locked Miss Brown's sample and also this middle one called font. And if you can see the names on top of here. I don't want you to edit those. Those are already done, okay? I want you to edit this one, okay? So let's talk about the different fonts and the way that I want you to edit this, excuse me, this artboard. I have a little bit of a pop. So what I want you to do is open up the layers. And you can see that I just put it Times New Roman, but I want you to make it more interesting like the sample that I did over here. And here are the 4 different fonts and what I want you to know. Serif is what I call like old looking font, okay? A font type with small decorative lines or strokes attached to the end of the character. And what they're talking about is like the little feet that are down here. Okay, so where the R kind of rounds off up here, or the T right here, those are called serifs, okay? Sans serif, and here's a sample from the October 30th. Over here, there's our serif font. Sans serif, it doesn't have those little feet, okay? A font type without any serifs, known for its clean and modern appearance, such as the font Arial, if you wish to look at it. And you will see that on this project, the main text is sans serif, okay? Then script, font type that mimics cursive or calligraphic handwriting with connected characters such as brush script, okay? And you can see I did the name Mary Shelley Franken and the book Frankenstein right here in that script. And then decorative is fonts designed primarily to be ornamental or decorative. So you can even see, like, I put it on that paragraph and it's kind of hard to read, okay? So I did that Frankenstein font in a decorative. Now, over here, to the right-hand side. I already set it up, I just want you to change the font, okay? So you're going to make October 31st a serif font, whichever one you want, okay? So I'm gonna highlight it. I want you to go up here and hit the down arrow, and you can see that it brings up a bunch of different fonts, okay? You can see, oh, it will filter it for me, so I'm just looking at serif's font. I want you to pick one, any one, I don't care. Just pick one and make it serif, okay? Then you can go to the Frankenstein, double click on it, go to this down arrow, and go to decorative. Okay, so you can go through here and look at the decorative fonts. You can see all the different ones that we have. This is the one I downloaded earlier. So it looks like that. If you don't see one that looks spooky enough, you can go to more fonts and it will bring up some even more. And here are those tags that we talked about. And we can look at the horror ones and see which ones are available. If you do not see one you like, you are welcome to go to your Creative Cloud up here, and I showed you earlier how to browse the fonts, okay? So there's a whole bunch of different ones. Ooh, this one's kind of scary. The Devil's Haircut. Let's try it. So make it that. I'm going to make it just a little bit bigger. And what I'm going to do is highlight it and then hit the up button on my keyboard. And I can get it where I want. And I'm going to use my move tool. There we go. There's Frankenstein. Great. And then sans serif, that body text, I'm going to highlight it. Be careful you don't get the Mary Shelley. That's not where we're going. And we're going to hit that down arrow. I'm going to hit sans serif. It's still showing me the horror one. So what I need to do is hit clear all, and it clears out all those filters for me. Then hit sans serif and pick one. Anyone. I don't care what you do, as long as it looks good and the font is it's fitting in there, okay? So I'm going to, let's see, I'm going to pick this one. Great. And then I'm going to highlight Mary Shelley Frankenstein. By the way, the book was published October 31st, 1831. That's why that date is there. And I'm going to find a script so I can clear the tags if I want. I'm going to hit script, and then I just want you to pick one. I don't care which one. Okay, and as you can see, the font is now a little too big, so I'm highlighting the 24 in my contextual taskbar, and I'm hitting the down arrow on my keyboard, and I'm making it fit that size. Okay, now I'm going to save this, save as. Oh, commit, yes, I want to commit. And I go digital media, go into Photoshop, create a new folder called Frankenstein, where that file should be anyways. And we're going to say Frankenstein font, and I'm going to name this brown so I know it's mine. Okay, replace. Great. And then I'm going to go File, Export, Export as, JPEG, High, Export. And then I'm going to go to Photoshop, Frankenstein, Open and Save. And then I'm going to turn both of these into Schoology to Miss Brown. Remember, I want this to be serif. I want this area to be sans serif. I want the Mary Shelley and Frankenstein to be script, and I want this to be decorative. If somehow it gets a little out of alignment, you can also select these three layers by holding down your shift key and hit the align key, okay, and it will realign those for you. Okay, good luck. Welcome to fonts. They're a lot of fun. Have a good one.